friends, welcome to Kelly Century Ranch. Say hello to the cattle, and welcome to 2025. My name is Amanda, and today we're going to be talking about some of our farm goals for the new year. Hi cows, let's check your water. I already turned it on this morning, but I'll check it again. You got some grass in there. When it comes to the cows, so we have done stockers in the past, and this is the first year we actually kept cows back to breed. So all of our cattle have been with a bull for the last few weeks. I don't remember exactly how long, but the last few weeks, and we are hoping that they are bred and we will be having our first calves here on the homestead this year. Depending on how many, the bull is just kind of borrowed, so we could keep back some heifers if we have heifers. You never know. I mean, we may get all boys, we may get all girls. It may be a failure. I don't know. But we do plan to grow the cattle herd this year. Right now we have some of my mother-in-law's cattle running with us. We have around 10, 11 head or so cows, and so we would like to eventually double that. I don't know if we'll get to quite doubling that this year, but we'd like to. I do apologize for any wind noise. Did get a new microphone. Doesn't seem to be wanting to work. It works, but it's like got this high pitch, like, I don't know, there's some issues with, I think it's actually with the camera, because I went with the two microphones now and had the same issue. So anyway, we'll try to stay out of the wind. But I thought, as I did farm tours today, we would just talk about the farm and some of our goals for the new year, and some things that didn't go so well last year. Let's talk turkeys. Hey, Gobbles, what are you doing? Hey. Yeah. Come on. So this last year we did turkeys for the first time, and it didn't go so well.
I need to dump it.
It's okay. So we started with like 26 turkeys, I think, around there, a little over 20 turkeys. And we sold like a handful of them, and most of them we had were heritage breeds, and then we had like 4 meat turkeys that we were going to harvest. And again, we sold a few of them. That was okay. But then we had like a super wet season, and I don't know, they got sick and they just started dying, and it was awful. So anyway, we have 5 left. We sold one recently. We sold a 6th one recently, and so we're just the idea is now they just kind of live here. You know, I don't know if we'll have any eggs, and I'll try to incubate those this spring and summer. I don't know. They're just here for my enjoyment now, right? So that is basically, which isn't normal. Normally everything has to have a purpose here on the farm, but I don't know that we will do turkeys again this year. Never say never, because you never know, right? I could change my mind at any time. But I could see us potentially doing a few meat turkeys or something like that. But as far as like heritage and racing out turkeys, I don't see us doing that this year. Let's talk about the barnyard. Now, the barnyard was kind of a compromise when we moved here. I knew that Jacob wanted to do cattle, but I wanted a barnyard. I wanted to be able to come out and enjoy my little animals and things like that, and it has been absolutely lovely to have. But we have struggled. We started with like, I think 5 or 6 goats. We are down to 1. Some we got rid of, and then we had like 3 die. I don't know. We haven't. It's just been a struggle. There's my mocha. Crazy enough, Mocha was our very first goat, and she's still doing strong. Everyone warned us about how difficult goats were going to be to raise. We heard all the jokes of they're just looking for a way to die. And I was like, oh, surely not. You know, we've raised a lot of animals, and yeah, I don't know. So until we get that figured out, I would like going forward. I really thought when we moved here that buying and breeding like the Nigerian dwarf goats would be a good kind of side income. Turns out not so much. I still love my barnyard area, and so we will probably get Mocha a companion. She's not lonely. She's got the couple of sheep here, and of course all the chickens. But we will probably get Mocha a friend, and that will just be kind of, again, a pet situation. Trying to ease out of that kind of thing, and thinking of the farm as more of a business. And so we just have to identify those enterprises that are not business related. They are just enjoyment, and it's not necessarily not business related, because we do have a lot of people that come to the farm to pick up different animals and different products and produce and different things, and it being right here is a great like conversation piece, and the kids can come and enjoy the the little barnyard of animals. And so yeah, it does add an aesthetic kind of factor to our farm, and I think that's worth it. So, but as far as like breeding and selling goats as an enterprise, as far as a profitable, sustainability on the farm, it's probably not in this year's forecast. Subject to change, but right now I'm saying no. Sheep, on the other hand, that's a different story. So right now we actually have a pair of, we have Jacob sheep. We have, I almost dropped my camera. A ram and a ewe. And while they have not bred, and I'm not so sure what the situation is there, we do actually plan to get sheep on a bigger scale. I don't know if it will be the Jacob sheep or if that will be kind of its own side thing, but we do plan to actually get into the sheep market. We have a really good place to buy and sell sheep here. We have an auction yard here that is a fantastic one. It's one of the best in the state. And yeah, so I think that we will probably get in, the goal is to get into the sheep market as part of one of our farm enterprises this year. One of the things that we sold quite a bit of before we moved to the farm on our kind of little urban homestead was rabbits. We actually bred lionhead rabbits, and they sold for pretty good. I love having our rabbits. Our breeding pair, Duchess and Peter, have been with us since before we moved to the farm, and I absolutely love them. Our goal for the rabbits this year are, I have already bred Duchess, so hopefully she is going to be having babies that we will have ready for the spring markets. We've found that they don't sell quite as quickly around here, so we have scaled back our enterprise to just, we do have Duchess, and then I had brought home 3 more babies from a sale. We did some trading at a small animal sale, right, for a turkey and some baby bunnies. And so I may end up breeding them a little bit later. They're still a little small, so I want to give them a little bit of time to grow, but I may end up breeding them, and we'll just kind of go from there. The rabbits don't make a lot of profit as far as, but I like having them for a couple reasons. One, I like the sustainability of it. We do great. We raise all of our own meat here on the farm. As far as Mocha, sweet girl. As far as cattle, and we have a pig. My mother-in-law raised pigs last year. We ended up purchasing some from a friend this year that are at the processing right now. So and And then of course my husband hunts deer, and then we harvested our own chickens last year, so that we have plenty of meat in the freezer to sustain us. But I really like the quickness that if in a pinch, if we needed like a source of meat income, rabbits are such a fast turnaround that I really like them on the homestead for a sustainability, aspect. My kind of theory on that is if they're sustainable and I can make enough money that I can pay for all of their expenses and they don't cost anything, they are either a net zero or a profit, they can stay. Let's talk chickens. Now we know who's been giving us the egg. Now we know who's been giving us the egg. Good girl. Chickens is one of those enterprises that took a turn for us last year that we didn't see, and it was great. We raised our own meat chickens. We raised about 25, something like that, and we're eating through those, and it has been a great source of protein. That was a really great experience. I was concerned that it wouldn't be. I was concerned about the harvesting portion, things like that, but really it was a much better kind of situation that I expected. We bought some good equipment. We bought like a pucker and a scalder and things like that, and that really made the process so much better. So this year we plan to do some serious rethinking of our chicken processing. I think we're going to be processing a lot more meat chickens. I do want to expand our egg laying flock. Right now we have kind of a barnyard mix of different things. I did add some silkies last year, but we've really done really well with hatching out chicks, and so we focused a lot on our Easter eggers and things like that, and those seem to sell really well. And like I said, I did add some silkies, so I'm hoping that they'll start laying in the spring. And yeah, it was a good extra income, and again, one of those sustainability things that more than paid for itself. So that is always a fantastic thing here on the homestead. So that is one thing that we are going to probably be expanding in a couple different ways, is our chickens. So since I'm in the greenhouse because it's cold outside, let's talk about the garden. Check out our lettuce we are growing here in the greenhouse. It's looking pretty good, y'all. I gave some starts to my sister-in-law. I still have a bunch over here. The garden was another pain point this year. I had hoped that the garden would be a source of profit for our farm, and it wasn't. It wasn't. We struggled. Our dirt here, we had so many great successful gardens before we moved back to the farm. Our soil was good. We were able to get a load of mushroom compost brought in there. And here it is just like it's growing in the clay, and it's really hard and it's really difficult. So kind of late mid-season, I shared with you all in previous videos that I went through a lot of health issues this summer. I had a cancer scare, and I've been in the hospital like 4 times this year, and I have another procedure coming up in 2025. I think it'll be minor. So it was rough. Garden season was rough, and that's crazy because we thought it was going to be one of our more profitable things, and it wasn't. One of the game changers this year was adding raised beds, and so that enabled us to bring in some good soil, and I mean we could continue to amend the in-ground garden, but it's a lot of work. I mean, basically we have to start over because it's clay. Like, you just have to basically remove it and bring in new stuff. It's a lot of work. So we are going to be doing we're going to focus on some raised beds. I want to focus on plant starts this year, since our growing space it will continue to grow. We did build this greenhouse last year, and that has been fantastic, although a learning curve. I mean, everything's a learning curve, but it's been a learning curve. So I want to use this greenhouse more to its potential, and we actually want to build possibly a seed room. So more information on that, but we have a shed that we hope to convert. It's a shipping container. We hope to convert maybe a room into some seed starting. I don't know. More info to come, but that might be happening this year. Hi, babies. Let's talk about the quail. Oh, are you in there? Yeah. The quail have done really well. They're kind of, I could take it or leave it. We did really well. We hatched some baby quail, and those did really well. There didn't seem to be as much of a market in our area. Richard would like to say hello. He wants to let everybody know he's here. So there wasn't as big of a market for the quail eggs, but I did sell quite a bit of quail, and I got so many so that around the time I was sick and different things, I actually added a second incubator. So I do plan to maybe do some of that this spring. And I think though we've had the jumbo Catarnix quail. I think we're going to maybe switch to some blue egg layers, or I don't know, but we want to continue the quail. I think we're just going to switch it up a bit. So to be continued, but that is definitely an enterprise that's sticking around for 25. One of the enterprises that we do here on the farm that I don't talk much about is we do some we have still some used, but mostly new farm equipment. So we do have like a business where we sell new farm equipment, and that allows us just a little bit of extra income on the farm. Overall, this year has been hard. It's been a hard year. I'm not gonna lie. Not just like farm-wise, but health-wise. Again, I've been in the hospital several times. I've lost a couple family members, an aunt and uncle that I was close to. It's just been kind of a hard season to go through. I'm no longer working full-time, so that has been a change. That's been a good change. It's been a good change. When that happened, and that was like a sudden change, that was really scary. And but I will say in hindsight, it couldn't have ended better. The situation around how all of that went down was great, and it provided for our family for a while, and it's been good. But it is a new season, and a lot of just new things to go. I don't know if I'll go back to work. The hope is not, but I don't know. We're just gonna have to see. Sometimes you kind of work at the speed of progress. So going back to work would speed the process, some of the progress things, but it also has its downsides too. So anyway, that is something that is to be determined, but right now I'm enjoying this time on the farm. With me not working full time, one of the things that has been cut for this year is put on the back burner is our house expansion. So currently we are living in a little over 600 square feet. It's tight. It's a tiny house, and we plan to about double that over the next few years, and we were hoping to do one of those expansions this year, and that is probably not going to happen, and that's okay. So instead, we are going to be making some renovations inside of our tiny house that will just make things a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more organized, some storage solutions that are going to be more for the longer term, because we have always been planning on expanding. So sometimes you get in this mindset of living like temporary. It's only temporary. We don't need to finish out that trim on that or whatever, because it's only temporary. So we're going to be doing some finishing of different things, and just implementing a few things just to make it more homey. Overall, I'm really excited for 2025. I'm excited about the new year and the new possibilities, and leaving 2024, like I said, it was a hard year behind us, and just, the new year always brings up this excitement of hope in the future, and we are absolutely loving this life. And we have so many more things. I'm sure we have more goals and things that I forgot to talk about. But I hope, one of the things I do hope to do is share more with you guys more on a regular basis. I would like to, originally I'd kind of had a goal of a couple videos a week. I don't know how doable that is. We'll see. Right now my goal is kind of like on Fridays to give you a look at kind of what happened this week. I don't know if I'll have one of those this week because it's already Wednesday, but just some projects that we've been working on in that week. I hope to have those up on Fridays. I hope to add some more shorts and things like that. We'll see if we can get a second video up on Wednesdays. I'm not sure, but I do plan to post more consistently over the new year. I love sharing with you guys. I love you guys being part of this journey. I love looking back at this journey. Thank you all so much for being part of this journey this year, and I hope that you will follow us, that you will subscribe, and you will just join us as we dig in. One of our biggest goals this year is to make the farm profitable. I hope that you'll stick around for that journey. Please hit like, please hit subscribe, and just follow us, and just share your tips, share your encouragement for me and with others that are trying to do this and live this life. Anyway, thank you so much again, friends, for being part of this journey. We'll see you next time. Bye. Babies.